What's up, guys?
Cheers.
Hey, my name is Sebastian Correa. I mean, who's the founding person in the band? Probably you?
Yeah.
Alright, why don't you start? Just tell us the name of your band and all the names you've had. And
For sure. Well, we actually started as Dark Eyed Junko. And that was just a two-piece with me and a friend of mine. And then it formed to Todd joined the group, and we started playing with him a little bit, and then he introduced me to his wife's wonderful voice, which I was immediately in love with, and said, I want us to be in a band. So we started making music almost immediately and just, fumbling through stuff. And we played a show. We got a pretty nice little gig in town, Halloween night, that was just kind of a favor, really, of a friend of ours that hooked us up. And that was a kind of nice building block, and all four of us played a 3-hour set that night, and I don't think anybody thought that we could play a 3-hour set, even us. It was like... So after that, it was just, we saw what we could do and make money, and, it's what we all love doing, so we just continue to do it. We all have full-time jobs and take care of that, and then meet up after work 4 times a week, and play music, have fun.
And what is your name now?
Otitis Media.
And how many steps did it take to get to that name?
Oh man, I've been in bands for a long time, and it's one of my favorite things. It's one of my favorite pastimes is to have band names. I have notes on my phone. It's probably 170 deep of just random band names. But Otitis Media came about because a friend of mine was not feeling so well, and I was like, oh, I got some antibiotic, I think, and some old antibiotics that I didn't finish the week trial or week whatever, and looked up online what the antibiotic was used for, and one of the terms that things that it could treat was otitis media. And I have a little bit of a medical background, but still seeing that was like, middle ear infection. That might be the one.
Nice.
So it was just a catchy thing. I mean, I've always tried to come up with band names that weren't just the norm, but like really really weird names. Typically, I've been in a band called Sergeant Freedom, been in a band called Trunk Monkeys, The Green Room, Resolutes, Tree and Moon. It's just something fun, but that's really not my absolute point of the band. That's just something fun I do. So
but maybe at the end of the interview you can grab that list and run through all of them.
There's some good ones.
Can we do that?
There's some really really good ones.
Maybe you should copyright it first.
It's already done.
So let's introduce everybody to the band. Do you want to start?
My name's Todd Hepler. Play bass.
How old are you?
32.
My name's Abby Hepler, and I play the keyboard, and I'm 29.
She doesn't just play the keyboard. She doesn't. It's true. She plays bass. She plays guitar. Hell of a tambourine.
So modest.
I'm Jeff Hass. I play guitar and sing.
How old are you?
I'm 70,000 years old. I am 27, about to be 28 next week.
Jonah, play drums. That's about it.
Joe's been
18,
with us for
18, 19?
24.
Oh, great. Okay.
He's the baby. He's the baby in the group. He can
I'm
drink.
legal here.
All right.
Legal tender.
I'm the new guy.
So, if you could describe yourself, your genre, or whatever you feel you call your music, what
I
would
think
it
we all
be?
know this, right?
Underground
mariachi, definitely.
Underground mariachi. I thought it had.
I mean, I think that's probably our influence is mariachi music, but specifically of the underground sort.
Underground, yeah. Midwest.
Midwest underground mariachi. It's what I'd say it's. I don't like to. I really don't like to.
Alternative grunge metal.
Alternative grunge metal.
So
yeah,
what,
we cover a lot. We cover a lot of space as far as genres of music goes. I mean, we play hip hop songs. We cover hip hop songs. We play folkier songs that I've written years ago. We play a little heavier stuff and darker stuff now. I mean, it's you'll get a taste of everything. If you like music, chances are you'll like one of our sets.
So, on your original songs, what would you say your guys' influences are?
We actually all have very, very different influences as far as music we listen to. Todd, you want to say what you listen to?
It ranges from Depeche Mode to Primus. I mean, I'm all over the place with my influences.
My favorite band has always been No Doubt, and I love them, listen to them all the time. But any new music too, I love Fantagram as well, and their new band, Big Graham. So really a range of music.
Did you sing in a band before this band, or is this the first time you've done that?
First time.
'Cause you rip it up. It's great. Does Jeff help with that? I mean, how did that come about?
Yeah,
You started singing.
Jeff's helped me a lot with
Yeah.
everything I've learned. I've never played piano, so learning the keyboard was new for me as well. So Jeff certainly has helped me along the way.
Awesome.
Fun. I've learned tons too by having a teacher.
And you guys started playing together when?
3 years ago.
3 years?
Mhm.
Wow.
Our 3-year anniversary was Halloween,
Yep.
basically.
That was the first show we ever played, was Halloween 3 years ago. As a 4-piece.
And you guys are unsigned?
Correct.
No label?
Yep. Nope.
Is that something you guys are considering, or?
Yeah, I mean, we record DIY. We also are working on a record that's gone through the system, so it's taking months and years and decades and millenniums. It's ridiculous. It just takes way too long for that to happen. So we do DIY stuff. We've got we have enough songs. We've recorded probably 24 songs. I'd say that the CD that we hand out to people now has about 18 original songs on it. I definitely try to get that in the right hands anytime I can, because not only is it original material, but it's DIY'd. So it's just I'm proud of it, and I think it's something that if the right hands or if the right ears per se did get a listen to it, it would be something they enjoyed.
And do you guys have an album out?
No,
You're
working on
working on one, though, right?
Well, I mean, the one that I hand out to people is a consistent 18 songs that I put together, and I always burn them in that order. It's always those 18 songs. But we were working on an EP in Fort Wayne for the last
2 years almost.
Yeah, almost 2 years. It's ridiculous. And we've been done recording it for
A year and a half of that.
a year and a half of that. I mean, just
So
it's
any
just
day
stupid.
now?
Yeah, that's what we've been saying
Does
that
this need to
for.
be mixed?
Yeah, it's being mixed and mastered, and stuff for Riot. It was a friend of ours did it, and so we really can't. He did us a favor, helping us out with it. So it's one of those things where you can't really rush it. He's doing us a favor, and he's gonna do a good job. I have no doubt, but it's taken a long time, and at this point, a lot of the songs that we've recorded there on our EP, while they will sound good, we really don't even touch on them very much anymore. There's probably 2 or 3 of those songs on that 8-song EP that we don't play very much anymore.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, but I mean that's also an upside to writing a lot of music, which is what we do. We write.
You guys
we
do have
write
a lot of
music.
content.
No, we write music. That's what we do.
How many songs would you say you play in a show?
Anywhere from 30 to 48.
It's exhausting.
It is. It's crazy. But it's so much fun. It is so much fun. It's an adrenaline rush every time. Come home, you can't go to sleep.
Yep.
Let's talk about your instruments. What do you play?
I've always preferred Fender. As far as amp goes, I just think their tube amps are where it's at. My pedal board isn't too extensive. I have an overdrive and a distortion pedal. I have a DL4, which is a mix and loop station, and then I also have a gravy, which is a tri-chorus and tremolo. Pretty simple stuff. I don't really try to. I've always kind of been from the school of you should be able to play your instrument without anything, but you can always add some stuff. But I've played with a lot of guitarists in the past that have. Jesus, they need their own power source for all of their pedals because they have 25 pedals. It's just not really been my thing. I try to use what I have to create different stuff. Fender guitar, Fender Stratocaster. I also play an ESP LTD for a while. Yeah, that's probably it.
And you?
Um,
On the drums?
D drum. What is that? 6-piece. 6-piece. Yeah. Bunch of cymbals.
Lots of cymbals.
You always play
Double bass.
D drums? That's your...
I had a what? I think I had a PV before that.
You have an electric kit too, though.
Yeah, I do have a Yamaha electric drum set. Got all kinds of cymbals.
How long have you been playing?
Oh man, probably about 10 years.
And you joined recently,
Yeah,
right?
I've been playing 3 months,
Maybe.
maybe if that.
Yeah. And just by the
Just been
luck of the
doing-
draw that we found him, it was freaking
Yeah.
crazy.
Totally.
We were out a drummer due to unfortunate circumstances, and I happened to be at a bar drinking my fucking face off, and
So.
Uh-uh.
walked up to pay. Yeah, that's what I. That's yeah, it's an occupational hazard, I suppose. But
Certainly.
but we I've built a tolerance. But I walked up to pay my tab, and Joe was not just playing the table, but expressing the table. And he was not just tapping. He was like rudiment, he's playing stuff. He was in his head. He was on something. I was on something too, but.
We can't talk about that.
Yeah, but I was
TV.
like, hi. I was like the drunk girl at the bar, like, hi. Take me home with you. Let's play drums. Let's play music. And he was kind of weirded out. So I wrote my name on a napkin rather than. I didn't want to be around him too long and make it weird to have him put it in his phone. Like that's almost too much, like that situation.
I don't know. Name and phone number on a napkin as opposed to putting your
But
phone.
I walked straight out. I said, but I played it like this. It's your call. Listen to our music. Played it cool, right? Just like I do with the ladies. Oh, you're right. It was the same.
Pretty
thing.
sure I texted you. I think I texted you the next day.
And you're
You did, and then he
so you have
texted
a
me.
micro cord?
Yes, a microcord and a
Chord
chord
chrome.
chrome keyboard.
Perfect. I love cord.
Stuff's awesome.
I've always, played exclusively with
I have a
chord.
plethora.
Let's talk about your
Crap.
basses.
Yeah, I've got the GNL. I can't even read the model number. I don't remember what the model
I
is.
don't know either on that one.
Then the old true Fender jazz bass, Marcus Miller. That thing is it's pretty sweet.
That's been
It's out of
around.
commission right
That's
now.
been around music for.
Is
a
that
long
your
time.
favorite though?
I would say as far as town goes, yes.
Yeah.
That thing is just a beast. That thing, it's a jazz bass. They
That's
sound
it.
incredible.
Yeah, that's all.
That will be probably coming with me.
Unfortunately.
Either that or the acoustic. I'll leave you one.
Do you feel like we covered all the bases about the basses?
At this point, yes, the bases have been covered.
Just dad joked it
Bass.
so hard. So what's your favorite place to play? I know I've seen you several times at the downtown. I know if I was playing, that was always my favorite place to play, just because. Well,
Around-
tell me,
so
what's your favorite place? and why?
Around here, definitely the downtown, but I think you've never played there, but I think all of us can agree that the Firehouse in North Manchester is just cool.
It's a special
It's a,
place.
yeah, it's a neat place. You
Yeah.
can feel the vibe in there,
a
and
great
it's
idea.
a huge it's a great idea, supported by awesome people. If you don't know about it, you should absolutely go and check out a show there. They get good people to play good shit. I mean, it's a nice venue.
And it's in North Manchester, out of all places.
Right. And we've played some really shitty venues too. I mean, we played in Mentone once, and it was. I feel like I almost got us kicked off because they kept telling us to turn down, and I just kept getting shittier and shittier with them. Like, well, if you tell us to turn down again, I think we'll probably just pack up and walk out of here.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably just call it quits.
Yeah, fuckers.
Yeah, it was not cool. We had a hard time with it, but
We play music here. Apologize.
I mean, it's one of those things.
Who writes the music?
We all do. For
You
sure.
all do, yeah.
I definitely have ideas that I bring to the table, and then we all just kind of interpret them in their own way. There are times where we all hear something, and maybe Abby will say, "Well, we should do this," or I'll say, "Maybe we should do that," and it's just
It's
open.
A lot of the older material is mostly him, though. It's stuff that he'd written 10 years ago.
But
some
we've
of it
almost
is-
phased a lot of that stuff out. Like a lot, I'd say a good probably 30-40% of that
A
has
lot
been
of
phased
that
out
set,
because
that
we've written
definitely
so
set
much.
the tone, though, for
Yeah, it taught
where
everybody
we've
a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we've become.
Mm-hmm.
And with the lyrics, do you guys all throw in, or does that normally come from one person?
Typically that comes from me, but it's
Yeah.
always an open. Once again, it's always an open discussion. Like I'm always handing out lyrics to everybody when I write them if I think they're worth a shit, and say
There are a couple collaborative efforts, but for
Mhm.
the most part, it's him.
But that's something I do. Like people poop.
Right.
Like
I can agree with that.
write words on paper like people poop. Like I just
Yeah.
get it out. I have to. Sometimes
Begrudgingly and
I mean, it's like
infrequent? Is
yeah,
that-
yeah. It's sometimes with anger,
Issues.
Yeah.
That's why there's wet wipes.
With mighty force.
So let's just go through. Yeah, right. So let's go through you guys writing a song. Let's do the music, the whole music making process.
I'll probably come
Let's
up with
start.
a general idea, just like either a progression or a riff or something. I'd say that's probably how 80% of it's written is I'll come into practice with an idea, with lyrics either almost fully written or ideas for lyrics, but everyone then because I'll come into a practice with a song that I hear in my head that I've been working on for maybe the last 12 to 24 hours, and play it, and they will express it in such a different way that it sounds like a totally different song. So it's always been a nice thing to bring ideas to bounce off, and I've definitely brought out ideas and we played them and then never played them again. I mean, it's like you just feel it out, and and if everybody can play it, and if everybody finds a groove in it, then great, and if not, then, well, we'll probably come up with something else.
We'll start jamming.
But we've definitely written songs where we'll just be practicing and stuff like that, and in between me tuning my guitar, somebody will do something cool, and then, you know, stuff like that. That always happens. In my experience with writing music, that's the most organic way to write, is just everybody be plugged in and on, and if somebody's taking a piss, or if somebody's getting a beer, or if somebody's whatever, somebody's making music, and then somebody can come up with something and then add on to it. Before you know, you got a whole song. I mean, it's such a... You don't have to say a word to somebody and write a song. You can literally not say one word to somebody and write a song with 4 people.
Perfect. So let's talk about one of your guys' practice from start to finish. I'd imagine drinks are always involved.
Beers.
Always.
Beers.
Most of the
Wine.
time.
Uh-huh.
Well, we
and
all
I've been
get-
to a few,
we get off
and it's
work,
all
and
been
it's-
about like a party.
Yeah, like we get off
And
work
also,
and
like-
man, I need a beer.
We all work full-time jobs, so
So yeah.
We've talked about
Unwind a
switching to
little bit
coffee,
and-
but that conversation's been
Yeah.
going on for
Too jittery.
years. Yeah.
Too jittery.
This just calms the nerves, you know, sets the tone.
Right. So you start drinking.
Budweiser. Calms
It is the king of beers.
it's the something.
Sure. So talk about start to
Practice?
finish. What goes on when you guys get together? What's the regimen?
I'd say getting loose is a big part of it. I mean, seriously, as silly as it sounds, it is. Like, you know, we all get off work.
It is.
Part of playing is getting loose, and I think it's important that everybody, whether it's drink a beer or smoke a cigarette or take a nap or jerk off, whatever it is, you know, whatever you got to do to get you in the right.
Get that mind right.
Yeah.
Okay, so once that's done,
Yes. Once we jerked it.
how does music start happening after jerking
Well,
off?
4 hours later.
and get drunk.
when I get home.
Then Abby gets home and we're like, let's do it.
Sorry about the smell. It's got weird.
I wouldn't sit on that couch. No, it's I'd say typically we just, if we have a show, we have a regimen of songs that we've all decided that we need to work on. If we don't really have a show, we just love playing music, so we get together and just make music.
Do you guys have like a time every week you meet? Or...
Yeah, we always get together Monday and Tuesday. Sometimes Wednesday, sometimes Saturday. We've gotten together a few Sundays, but typically after a show on Saturday, the last thing you want to do is even see each other, let alone
Instruments,
set up everything and play
PAs,
again.
yeah. Wires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hassle. I mean, we have a lot of
Mondays
gear. We have I've made more. I can say. I mean, no, I don't think anybody else can say this because it's not really something you'd be proud of. But I could say I've accrued more money playing music than I have working this past fiscal year.
That is both sad and impressive.
Yeah, I guess, but it's not my money because all the money we make goes right back into the
Then
band.
it's just
For the most part, I'm probably the worst at. Hey, can I bum $50? I'm like that kid, you know.
I was
I'm
that kid.
son.
Don't worry. I can understand that
Yeah.
fully.
But like I'm poor, you know.
And like no big
And
deal,
we're
like, I'm
making
poor.
money playing music.
Cheeseburger.
Yeah, but it's a very open thing. Our practices are very. I mean, do you want to step away and go do something? Step away and go do something. The people that are here are gonna play. You
Sweet.
know, like
So you guys
it's
continue if one of you's missing.
totally.
You guys.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
That's. See, we were. One and
Everybody-
done. It's
yeah,
like
exactly.
everybody or nobody. Which
Right,
is, maybe
right.
is the wrong way to go about it.
It's a way to involve everybody because I've done it both ways, but it's also a way to progress as a musician while still like then I don't know you can still progress. It's playing with people is what makes you better. Playing by yourself on a couch to a vinyl doesn't make you better. It just teaches you how to play songs. But playing with other people and being able to, you know, creatively come up with something, and like I said, don't even have to say a word. It requires some concentration and some connection.
It's more
I mean,
fun.
these
too.
people aren't. It is. It's more fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And these people aren't just friends of mine. I mean, this is like family to me for sure. Like this is.
Well, thanks.
I don't know about this guy. I
He
mean,
seems a bit
Joe-
shady. I mean,
Yeah.
I describe it like a little shady. Not totally.
Did
but
you
like,
see me?
Yeah. Yeah, fair. You did come on to him at a bar and leave your number on a napkin.
Thank you. I think I kissed it too.
I don't know. Did we go over that yet?
Did we talk
Yeah,
about how I
because
blew him
you
in the
hit on
bathroom
him
to drum
and-
for us?
Timeout? Were you in a timeout? Let's be honest.
It was the
Timeout?
DT. I roam where we play. Yeah.
Okay.
They try to bring in
It's
peeps.
easier that way.
It is. They know me.
Like personally.
So what's the biggest challenge you guys have faced forming this band and staying together, and what's the biggest thing that you would say is an obstacle for you?
Work.
Fair. Wow.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Time.
really the biggest obstacle.
Time.
Mhm.
If it was up to us, I think we'd all play probably 6 to 8 hours a day. To be honest with you.
Yep.
I mean, maybe
Awesome,
not.
dude.
Yeah, not like continuously, but I think we would. If it was up to us, and we were doing this for a living, if we had a studio, I think we'd play 6 to 8 hours a day.
Yeah. Why not?
Guaranteed.
I mean, the way
If I could.
Yeah.
I've been in a lot of bands, and I can honestly say there's less tension here than any other band I've ever been in. And I don't know whether that's. I've always been in bands with really shitty frontmen, like just guys that think
Huh.
like, oh, we're gonna play Lollapalooza next month. Like,
Hey.
oh, really? Okay.
Hey, sorry, Nick.
No. But it's tough to play with people like that. Super talented people, but tough to play with people like that.
Sure.
This is
It really-
it's a different situation here. We're all
Yeah,
very,
you guys seem very calm.
Mm-hmm.
And just for the record, he wasn't always like that. It's just like,
I don't know.
yeah. I wrote a lot of good music with that guy.
He's rad.
He is rad.
So where do you see this band going? Are you guys trying to make this a
Where-
thing?
yeah,
where you
wherever
just
it
get
takes
to
us.
do this, or are you just gonna keep it for fun? What's the overall objective, if you have one?
They're in school right now, so I guess that's kind
Oh.
of our biggest
School and full-time work
and
and a band
that plays 40 songs
And a marriage.
in the night.
and church on
And
Sunday.
marriage. Football.
And what church? What church you guys go to?
Yeah, please. What is this, Warsaw?
Where do you tithe? I guess is what I mean.
The downtown.
Where do you
So, if you had advice for younger musicians or aspiring musicians, if you had any advice on how to form a band, what would it be?
have fun?
And make it about the music.
If you play and you play for anyone but yourself, then you are like, you just have to have fun and do your thing. If you expect something out of music, you're expecting too much because it's just there for everyone to enjoy. And I've turned so many people that did not think that they could play music onto music. It's one of those things that we're all capable of doing, and it's not something you have to invest a super amount of, which we all are testament of. We do invest time in it, but like I said, we have full-time jobs. They go to school. It's something that we have fun with, and it's an outlet
Right.
for sure. It's just a way for us to blow off steam. I mean, you guys want to touch on anything else?
I would just say for someone that doesn't play an instrument, if they're interested in music, it's never too late to try and explore it and just have fun with it. And it is possible to.
And don't
Make
stop
music.
doing
Yeah,
it.
you're a testament to that.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
Mhm.
Yeah.
These two have actually made me fall in love with music again, just watching how quickly they've, adapted to playing 38 songs. Like, Todd, I can only imagine how your fingers felt the first
They were
downtown
wrecked.
show.
They were
I can, yeah, I've been there. But it's a very impressive thing to see what these two have done with, balancing a marriage and full-time jobs and stuff. They're inspiring people for sure.
And that's just completely loving making music.
Yeah, and it is, and that's
School, work, you
Mhm.
still, and you guys play out a lot.
we do play out a lot.
You guys really do play a ton, and you have a long set. Like,
It's easy.
for me to play more than an hour would have
It's
been.
easy. We all have
I
fun.
wouldn't do it. I refused. Like, no, no more than an hour. You guys go.
We wouldn't
3
have it any
hours.
other way
Yeah,
now.
but you guys are having such a
Yeah.
blast.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
We've been very, very lucky with venues, and we've been very, very lucky with Sweetwater being so close. I would honestly attest a lot of our improvement and our progression to Sweetwater. I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
I honestly, before we played our first show, we were $1,400 in the hole to Sweetwater to buy this gear. We booked the show, and then they're like, "You have a PA, right?" Shit. Yep. Well, we got a PA. This was like 4 days before the show, so I went to Sweetwater 2 days before the show and bought $1,400 on his credit card that he started, and he's only known me, like, we've only been playing music for 3 months. So he starts a credit card, and we accrue $1,400 debt like that. We've paid off like over $12,000 to Sweetwater.
When you think about it, that was kind of a motivator too.
No, it was, and
Yeah.
then we played 4 shows and it was paid off.
It's amazing how debt
Deal.
can be a motivator.
It's kind of bullshit. It takes
But it
4
was cool
shows.
stuff that we bought.
Well,
It's
I
so
know, but
bad.
I'm neither
It's
here
the
nor there,
market.
especially for 3.5
It's the
hours.
market.
No, it's,
Yeah,
but,
no,
but,
yeah.
but this market,
Shouldn't be
Sebastian, Warsaw, this market is easier than if I were in Denver. I can tell you, we played shows out there. It is tough to make money out there. They don't pay out like they do here.
They make
Even if you
starve.
pay for the same amount, if you played for an hour, like you said, you'd be lucky to see $80. Lucky. I mean,
That's fair
you were playing different venue. I mean, you've played different venues than us, but like as far as stuff we were coming across and talking to people that played there, I mean, it's not. There's so
And we played
many,
most of the
there's
same
so
venues as you
many
guys.
bands.
We were pretty much only in Warsaw.
I'm talking like when we were in Denver.
I would love to play Denver.
It-
How is that? You guys all played Denver?
Mm-hmm. Not Joe. He wasn't with us yet, but
How was that?
expensive.
We had some issues, car issues on the way out. We ended up dropping about $1,000.
Yeah,
just
I love
before
these
we got
guys.
there.
It's
Just
good, good story.
And didn't
Had to get
recoup.
No, well,
Not really.
not really.
No.
No. That's just name
Part
of
of
the game.
owning a car.
Part of owning a car.
Yeah, and part of saying, hey, we'll tow all of our gear
Yeah.
1,100 miles.
We were
across the
90
country.
miles
We
outside
were-
of
yeah,
Denver
you
when
could-
we broke down.
It was ridiculous. When we got in the tow truck and sat up taller, you could see the mountains. But where we were on the hill, you couldn't see the mountains. But we were that close that if you just sat in the freaking front seat of a pickup truck a tow truck, you could see the mountains. We were that close, 90 miles away from Denver.
And I handled it really well. These guys were a mess, and it was really sad.
Yeah. Emotional.
You know what? Whether I showed it or not, I was. Like, we sat on the side of a highway for 4.5 hours, probably, just trying to like bank on our next best guess on how to get us out of the situation. Like, what's the cheapest way out of this? It was terrible. But we got there and the shows went awesome. We had like
Yeah.
12 people from Warsaw make the trip to Denver to see us. I mean,
Creeps.
it was
Yeah.
people we didn't even know. I was there. I was like,
Sick.
that looks like James. That is James. What are you doing here? Well, you know, I don't have anything to do this week, so I'm just here to Denver to see you play for 2 nights.
So, how do people access your music?
SoundCloud.
At this point.
YouTube, there's some shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, we definitely have videos on YouTube.
And these are live recordings, or are they recordings you've tracked?
We have DIYs on SoundCloud that we've recorded.
Okay.
Do it yourself.
What'd you use to record?
I have a Yamaha AW16G, which is actually, it's like the perfect mix between analog and digital. It's just simple to use. I'm sure I don't know how to use 60% of it, but for what I use it for, it's nice. Drums are always the hardest part of recording, but we pull it off. We definitely we track it. So we don't record live because I don't have the capability with enough inputs, mic inputs on my mixer, but typically we track it and I try to isolate sounds and, you know, record the drums first and then build our way up. It's a process. I mean, I always feel bad getting them involved with recording because it's like it takes about 4 hours to record.
I
and
love
then-
recording though.
I do too.
Yeah.
That's the best part of it for me.
And then I go home and spend
That
another
and
4.5
shows.
hours mixing and mastering.
That's
it
why
with
I
my
love
headphones.
it.
Yeah,
And then,
part
and,
sucks.
and then I put these great headphones on and mix it and master it, and then people listen to their phones and they're like, "Oh, this sounds like shit." And I'm like,
Unfortunately, the people with the phones are right. That's the saddest part about that. It's just like, yeah, I didn't mix it on a phone. I should have.
I know exactly. That's what I'm saying. I need to buy shitty speakers.
You
and
gotta
just
buy
play
it.
through.
Run it through an
What
iPhone
are most
4?
people gonna listen to this? No, most people rock. You're cool. Keep doing your thing.
Give me the addresses to where to find your music.
I believe it's SoundCloud.com / Jeff GEOFF Haas HAASE. You can also type in SoundCloud. Just go to SoundCloud and type in Otitis Media War City, because if you don't know anything about Warsaw, it's the War City. So I mean, we're fighting a battle out here every day. Straight thug life, dude. OG.
I just thought about how hard it is. And yeah.
It's
so
not
hard.
easy. It's not easy. I'll tell you that.
So
You know how many kids I got?
You want to give special thanks to anybody?
I would like to thank you. No, seriously, for just being you, because I feel like you have influenced me a lot in the years.
The downtown.
You made me cry.
No, you have. I mean, I feel like when I was in a band before you were in a band, you were always, you know, supportive, and then when you were in a band, I was always supportive.
You were
and
very supportive.
It feels like it's back and forth type thing.
You are a musical Gandhi. I would like you to know. Like,
I would
as
say
long
musical
as like
Gandhi, but
you
it's
really
it's,
just don't care about anything except for like if you're into music, I'll
Mm.
help you, I'll promote you, I'll do everything for you.
It's the only thing that makes me
No,
tick, man.
nothing selfish about your music in any way. It's something I've respected about you.
Well, I appreciate it. I'd like to thank the downtown too. I think
Yep.
we can all
Yeah.
say that. The downtown's
Absolutely.
yeah, the downtown for sure. Those people rock. Those people rock. We sucked when they booked us, and we made it work for 3 hours, and we've gotten a lot better. But I've always said, since we throw money back in, we improve for these people. So, you know, you're seeing an improvement when you book us, and you pay us whatever you pay us, $1 billion, half $1 billion.
$400.
All right, $400. When you pay us, it's going back into buying stuff, and we're gonna sound better the next time. It's not just paying us, and we're gonna go buy, you know, cheap hookers and. Okay, sometimes we buy cheap hookers.
I like to thank the people that come and see us all the time.
Yeah.
We have the same,
We have
a lot of a good group of people that come and see us and sing our songs with us, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's what gets you off as a musician. That's why you do it. When you see people singing your material that you curated with 4 other people in a room without saying a word, and you see people like, how? That's the best feeling in the world.
And then they ask for more after you played for 3 hours.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that's always crazy to think about. Like, I'm sick of seeing you, and you're not sick of seeing me. Like, I'm sick of hearing me play. My ears are ringing. You really want us to play some more? Like, that makes me love you. I want to hug you, embrace you.
Yeah.
That's
And he does. He does.
He does. I've gotten sweaty hugs.
That's all the hugs you get after a show, dude.
I like them.
If you're not
Yeah.
sweaty, then you're not trying.
You're not.
Yes, we very much appreciate any interest in our music, and we play for ourselves, but it's always nice to hear that people enjoy what we're doing. So,
Do you guys want a shotgun a beer for the video?
I would not want nothing more than to shotgun a beer for the video.
Put a hole in it.
All right, hang on.
Whoa.
I gotcha. Sorry.
You wanna? Well, all right.
We're going.
Are you recording already, Rory?
Yep.
Good man. All right, yeah, go. Great.
Yeah, I was done before all you guys.
Now that we've all joined us. Words to use in music. Gargoyle, self-preservation, wireless shits, legal acid foursquare, the sound of waves and frequencies, permission to groom, white Tyrone, spasmatic, brutally frank, 4-foot horseflies, artificial flavor, rose pit, the remnants of poo, aquatic reference, sarcophagus, Boofus McCoy, tribal nudity, victim of fraud, mental gymnastics, temporary obsession, steroid man body, fuster puppies, narcs and stoners, Louisiana water thrush, one of my favorites, graphic lesbian stuff, Negro nemesis, pint-sized preachers, red hot revival, hypervigilant, fried grits, the gapers, Appalachian apostrophe, goose call, the tuck, duster knuckle, and finally, sprinkle beef. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Graphic lesbian.
There was more, but I was done. It was like a whole nother page and a half. Like, it was so much more scrolling
It's like
involved.
some fucking straight
Dumbest like.
Napoleon Dynamite.
That was gold. Pure gold. Thank you.